Arjun stared at the letter in his hands, trembling. It was only one sentence, but it was enough to destroy the life he had spent 10 years building. What do you do when everything you worked for suddenly disappears? Arjun was the kind of man who believed in effort more than luck. He wasn't the smartest, not the richest, not the most talented, but he had one thing: discipline. Every morning at 5 a.m., he woke up, sat by his small window, and wrote stories he hoped one day the world would read. But after 10 years of trying, 10 years of rejection letters, 10 years of people telling him, "You're wasting your life," he was down to his last piece of hope. Then the letter arrived. Another rejection. But this one was worse. It wasn't just no. It said, "Your writing is unrealistic and emotionally shallow. We suggest you consider another career." Those words punched him harder than any failure before. That night, Arjun didn't sleep. He reread the letter again and again until the sun rose. He felt something inside him quietly break. The next day, he didn't write. Or the day after. Or the day after that. 3 days later, he walked into his tiny rented room, opened his laptop, selected all his writing folders, and hovered over the delete button. But just before he clicked delete, his phone buzzed. It was a message from an unknown number. "Your story saved my life." Arjun froze. He had only published one story online almost a year ago, a story nobody paid attention to. He opened the message. It was from a 17-year-old girl who had been battling depression. She said she found his story randomly, and for the first time in months, she felt like someone understood her. Arjun sat down. That one message defeated 1,000 rejections, but it didn't fix his deeper fear. What if his dreams were impossible? A week later, something unexpected happened. Arjun received an email not from a publisher, but from a school teacher. She wanted permission to read his story to her class. The next day, she sent him a video. A classroom full of teenagers laughing, reacting, discussing his characters. One boy even said, "I want to write like him one day." Arjun's eyes filled with tears. Nobody had ever said that to him before. And then it hit him. His words mattered more than the industry's approval. His stories reached hearts, even when they didn't reach publishers. He had been chasing validation from the wrong people. The real impact was happening silently, behind the scenes. For the first time in months, Arjun opened his notebook again. He wrote, not for publishers, not for critics, not for permission. He wrote to heal himself and to reach people like that girl, like those students. But life wasn't done testing him. His landlord increased the rent. His side job cut his hours. And his laptop, his only tool, stopped turning on. One evening, sitting in the dark, Arjun almost whispered, "Maybe they were right. Maybe I'm not meant to be a writer." But then, another message arrived. It was from the same teacher. "Our students want to send you something." A few days later, a package arrived. Inside were 27 handwritten letters from the students, telling Arjun how his story helped them face loneliness, bullying, fear, and dreams they were afraid to chase. One line stood out. "Sir, your story made me feel less alone. If you ever stop writing, people like me will lose a voice that understands us." Arjun's hands shook. He realized something. His writing had been saving others, while he thought it was only failing himself. He wasn't just a storyteller. He was a lifeline, whether the world knew it or not. That night, Arjun made a decision. He sold his old bicycle to repair his laptop. He cut expenses, took another part-time job, slept fewer hours, but every night he wrote. He wrote with fire, with pain, with purpose. After 3 months, he finished a new book, the most honest thing he had ever created. He didn't submit it to publishers. He uploaded it online for free. Within weeks, it exploded. Thousands of comments, millions of reads. People from countries he had never heard of thanked him for writing what they never found words for. One morning, an email arrived from a major publisher. "We would like to offer you a book deal. Your story has already changed lives. We want to bring it to the world." Arjun smiled, not because he finally succeeded, but because he knew he would have continued even if nobody noticed. He didn't win because he was lucky. He won because he didn't quit when he had every reason to. Today, Arjun travels from school to school, meeting young writers, inspiring dreamers. When students ask him, "How did you keep going after so many failures?" he simply says, "I stopped writing to impress people and started writing to impact people." He learned that success is not about applause. It's about connection. Dreams don't die from rejection. They die from self-doubt. Arjun chose not to let his dream die. And because of that, it finally lived. The world may tell you you're not good enough 1,000 times, but it only takes one person who believes in you, and sometimes that person has to be you. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to our channel for more stories that inspire peace and wisdom. Remember, sometimes your smallest effort is changing someone's world without you even knowing. Until next time, stay peaceful, stay present, and stay blessed.